Good morning, America. This is Dr. Turi. Today we are August 19. And like always, we have something interesting to share with you. The title of this newsletter and video is SOS to the World, Deadly Window, August 22nd. You have been warned. Last time I gave you something like you have been warned. We experienced a 6.4 and something like 7.9 in California. Can't exactly remember the magnitude of those earthquakes. So pay attention. Okay, before anything, I was, yesterday I did something for Aries and I was going to do a series, but looking at the interest, I got to accept the reality that people do not understand just yet that the reason why this world is turning into hell is because 99.9% of people walking this planet are not cosmic conscious. This means they do not understand the relationship with God, cosmic design. They cannot read the sign, and many of them are unable or unwilling to accept the reality of the draconis. So since it is a must for me to reach a lot of people, I got to stop that idea, thinking that I could bring a form of interest. But, anything that demands a form of education, anything that demands a little bit of intellectual effort, obviously does not attract the attention. What works is stupid stuff or fear, I guess. So I have to use, I have to go where you're at. And that is into ignorance and fear, and then from there bring you up. That's all I can do. Again, I'm not putting every one of you in the same bag. I'm not throwing the water with the baby. Okay, but a lot of people just cruise, and then they tend to judge the content of what I do by reading the title. They have absolutely no idea. Those who did not click yesterday and read about Aries have absolutely no idea what they missed because they didn't hear it. They don't even think 1 second. One day maybe I land on somebody born in April, and maybe this person will be a friend, a lover, future husband or wife, maybe a business partner. I mean, it's endless. I'm talking about the stupidity. It's endless. So there's no point of me giving my pearls, my cosmic pearls to the majority of people who cannot appreciate them or cannot make use of them. So I'm going to go back and do what I do best, because I need the numbers so that people can learn. Another thing I have to mention, nowadays, people tend to judge you if you have an enormous amount of followers. This is how they judge you. Numbers. They don't realize that Dr. Turi have had more numbers than, or if not the same numbers as the most popular people, talking head and UFO speakers and whomever is on those platforms. But I have enemies, a lot of religious people, or a lot of skeptical people who cannot relate to my work, and were very envious of me driving a Mercedes, a Hammer, and having a big boat. Jealousy and insecurity is part of the human experience and human vice, so to speak. So a lot of people for years have congregated together to remove me from Wikipedia, from LinkedIn, and now Facebook. And I was prepared for this because this has been the story of my life. When I tell you that the reptilians are going to put their slaves on top of a pyramid and open all the doors, they might have to pay attention, because that's what's going on. So if you're looking for Dr. Turi on Wikipedia for top UFO speakers, they removed me. They just removed me. So, oh, wow, it doesn't exist. He's a nobody. Not realizing that I have been cruising the world with the top of the top UFO speakers. In fact, my last before I got cancer, I think my last conference was David Wilcock, those young new UFO researchers, was on my right, and Eisenhower, the daughter of Eisenhower, was on my left. In fact, I asked her what month she was born. She said she was born in September. So, you know, it's really, really bad to judge people from the numbers when the numbers have been removed from you. It doesn't take anything away from the gift that I have, from the reality of me. I've been dealing with extraterrestrials since I was 6 years old and connecting with a benevolent draconics, which allow me to make predictions. All right. That being said, tonight, I will be on my good friend Rob McConnell on X-Zone Radio from Canada on August 22nd. I was supposed to be on this show a few weeks ago. Sudden enough, Mercury retrograde messed up all communication. Things happened, and I couldn't do it. So I got the spot now, so pay attention, because when I was on Rob's show, I've been on his show many times, but a few years back, I made the undeniable prediction of large earthquakes, and then you can check his endorsement. All you got to do is to click on the link. It's live. You could see what he wrote twice, so to speak. And I kept one because I got too many. I cannot keep them up. And then it's on my radio page, obviously. And then you will see also, you will read the email one way discussion with USGS when I give them very, very specific date of earthquake. Well above 6.0. I mean, you know my story if you're an old follower or steady follower, but there is a lot of new people that comes in, and I have to catch their attention right away so they can learn something from me. All right, so there's a problem, as I mentioned many times before, is that all humans share a very, very different UCI. And UCI stands for unique celestial identity. It's your spiritual DNA. You don't have just a physical DNA. Okay, you heard me before. You may look like your mom, your sister, your dad, but you're never, ever going to think, behave, or create like them. You are a unique human being. And then you don't only have a physical DNA, you have a spiritual DNA, which is your UCI, or the stars above your head, as they were lining up when you integrate yourself on this dense physical world, which reflect all your sins and virtue, your gift, and who you were, and all that good stuff. All right. So the problem is that a lot of scientists are unable or maybe forbidden to enter the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness. And many of them are unwilling to accept anything that their 5 rational human senses can see or touch. Got me? I'm sure you do. All right. Now, let's see what's going on here. The fact is, again, since 1995, okay, on radio and television, George Norrie, Art Bell, that's a long time ago, I made very specific predictions, and I'm not going to repeat myself. If you want to know, just Google Dr. Turi, Art Bell. You know, whatever it is, for those who have followed me for years, you know, I give the exact date for Katrina 2 weeks before it happened on coast to coast. 45 million people listening. Again, Albert real fast predicted anything that would happen in the Middle East back in 1995 and got the man to say, excuse me, I already just war with the United States. Like, Dr. Turi, are you crazy? Yeah, it was 1995. Well before 9/11, Osama bin Laden, and before the Americans invaded Iraq, and of course, ISIS. Okay, but I'm not here to patch my back. I'm here to prove a point, so I have to speak. And then, again, you know, these are English words. I don't know how to use any other words. And then people are going to say, "Wow, you're talking about you, me, I." Yeah, it's me. So how can I avoid using the word I or me? And then at the same time, you, or idiots, no, you, all of you, but some of you insecure people think I'm an egocentric. There we go. Same old story. So giving power to swine, and then they come around and beat the hell out of you. It's not good. Meantime, it's important to realize that those predictions are dated, they are published, okay, they are on radio, on television, in my article. And then, again, for some reason, some of these educated idiots out there, those scientists who refuse to, cannot enter the spiritual domain of my work, think they know better than Einstein or Tesla. Okay, when Tesla said that there is a core, okay, my brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into these secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. That's Tesla words. So those people think they know better. And then when I tell them I uncovered a core, this is it. Now Dr. Turi is an egocentric, even when I prove it. So, there's no way for me to win. That's how it is. But that's okay. Now, there is pictures of the Earth, the moon, and then effects eating the Earth that would, affect the entrail of the Earth and produce earthquakes. And then there's a big no. And then there is a line, a live link. No, the eclipse and a planet alignment will not cause massive earthquakes, even with all the proof that I have over the years. But be sure. There is a lot of people. I don't know how many of you have read or listened to my few YouTube videos, but I clearly mentioned that a lot of people from India in their Vedic astrology are leading the stats. So they're interested in my work. And believe me, there is a lot of scientists out there. Of course, they will not tell their friends or anybody that they are watching me, okay, very, very closely. So one of these days, you can be sure that they will actually realize when they wake up, because I'm into the future, you all know that. Once the scientific community finally realizes the direct connection between earthquakes, the moon, and other planets, you cannot expect them to give credit to Dr. Turi, who spent his entire life educating them for free. Okay? Because you know what? Not all of them are stupid. I cannot think all scientists are stupid and non-spiritual. And then, as I said, these are the ones who are watching me and learning from me. And when comes the day that they finally make that Dr. Turi will go nobody, it's not going to be on Wikipedia, it's not going to be on bestsellers, it's not going to be anywhere, because the reptilians are against me full time. And that's what it is. It's a conspiracy. It's very real. We've been kicked out finally, as I said it would happen, from Facebook. And then here we are. But I'm still fighting, because I know many of you are learning. And if I can reach one person today, I did a good job. All right. So we have only 3 days from August 22nd, my friend. And that is the second date that I gave on Kerry Cassidy's show. And unless I remind you of what's next, so to speak, chances are my warning will go to West. You will not notice it. So I have to, bang it in your head. Hey, remember, August 22nd. All right, now, we are slowly going void of course, or moving from the shocking, unusual, electrifying, lightning, aeronautics, plane crashing down, bombs, shocking, unusual news. We are moving towards now, very close to the dramatic, deadly, Plutonic window and all the deadly news, so be careful, okay? Now, those nasty currents always involve news from the police, terrorism, Russia, sex, secret, the FBI, etc. It's a Plutonic window. Remember, the reptilians have hijacked Pluto, so to speak, as their own base to reach us directly through dark matter, because it is just a psychical phenomenon. Okay, for now, this doesn't mean there is no flying saucers, scouts, saucers, or extraterrestrial, good and bad, doing specific abduction for specific agenda. Okay, so understand what I'm saying. It's mainly a psychical energy. That's why all the scientific young soul cannot relate to my work. Now, the quatrains and obvious keywords that I always use, and those that are below what I'm reading some notes now, okay? They have already spoken of a dance of evil that is led by the reptilians. Again, knowing this is a Plutonic deadly windows, many unlucky human beings will not survive this horrific upcoming wind. So be aware of what you say, what you do during those days. Incidentally, during this type of window, I was on Carrie Cassidy's show, and I'm going to be going with the same type of energy on the 14th with Rob. So that's going to be an interesting show. You shouldn't miss. All right. Now, as you all know, we have all been, Turi and I, we've been victimized by an army of what I call young soul, slaving with fear for the reptilians, thinking that they're going to go to hell, or if I manage to talk to too many people, everybody's going to go to hell, religious infected people. And we can only rely on you now to help us, okay? And most of all, share my wanting to save lives. That's good karma for you, okay? Now, the good news is last night, Taranya was able to start a new Facebook page. Yeah. And then start to talk to some of her friends. And then I said, join her, you have a link. And then click on the link. The bad news is that she was removed almost immediately. Well, I told her, there's no accident. No accident. There is reason for this to happen. And I'm not sure yet if it's the reptilians or the draconists that will stimulate all that mess. But hey, have faith, I know better. As far as I'm concerned, a few days after being fired from this popular nest of evil, I warn you again on my YouTube videos and my newsletters of the very real potential of your privacy being infringed. Okay, 2-3 days later, thanks, Draco, Facebook paid contractors to listen to your audio chats. Yes, my friends. So, whatever happened to us seems to be pretty devastating in the first place. But as I said, it seems to be more of a blessing than in disguise than anything else, because, I don't want anybody to read my audio chats, find out all sorts of things about me. So, those foreign government can again manipulate the elections. Oh, wow, this is life. You can talk about, those infected corporation out there trying to get to your head so they can sell their product, or worse, as I said earlier, foreign government using the technology to dig into your private life and manipulate whatever they want to manipulate, not just the election. It's a long story, my friend. There is an old saying in French, and I already wrote that. He goes, pour vivre heureux, vivons cachés. Well, I'm going to save you time not to translate that. I'm going to tell you what it means. It means to be happy, you better be hidden. That's a French proverb. And you know what? It seems to be real because, once you have reached a certain amount of fame, fear comes in now because you have all these infected religious fanatics or any crazy infected soul there, because you have now a name and you have a stage and you're a target. So that's probably why the universe is making sure I don't get a target, because you're going to have those evil souls. I'm sure many of you have landed on some video of some of my enemies, resentful, dangerous, totally infected people who will take the time to make a video to ridicule my work and to call me names. I'm sure there are some videos out there. So imagine if I was very, very famous. Wow, it's... when you're going to pay a lot of money to pay for your own security now by having a bunch of bodyguards. Do I want that? No, I want to go fishing. I want to go boating. I want to go with my wife anywhere. I don't want any of these freaking losers, envious, infected, insecure soul trying to kill me. Oh, I would have a problem because I always carry my gun, so it would not happen easily. But anyway, We don't want to steal the mind of these people, put it this way. All right, now, on Carrie Cassidy and, of course, on my friend Rob, X-Radio Zone, the 14th, I will give him dates. The date I gave to Carrie was August 13th, August 22nd, next few days, August 26th and September the 10th. So again, these are the dates, and there are keywords that are associated with those dates. All you got to do is just to pay attention, and then, go back to my newsletters, because they're getting long. So I'm trying not to write too much about the news. You can go to CNN or Fox News and read it for yourself. So you've got to be cautious, because the next SOS Plutonic window is the best, the golden door, the red carpet for the reptilians. So that means a lot of you will not make it. So be careful in this big world out there. Okay, so remember, these predictions and quatrains and keywords were published on July the 30th. That's a few days ago, right? In the Universal Daily Forecast for my VIPs. Again, if you want to have those type of news directly into your mail box, all you got to do is go to the Cosmic Code, Dr. Turi, click on the link. You don't have to use your credit card and join my family. We got over 9,000 people now. So it's getting good. Better than Facebook or LinkedIn, which fire me because they don't like to hear the truth about some of the people who spend thousands of dollars advertising on their platform. The truth vexes people. People can't handle the truth. But the truth is the truth. I don't think you should expect less from me than the damn truth, all right? And that creates a lot of enemies. All right, the quatrain goes: hidden secrets, sex, money come to light. Raw power, challenge, police, deadly villains, ugly face of death, drama, or surface, nature, man's religion, bloody folly reigns. Those quatrains cannot be better to describe what's ahead of you. And you know what? We already, as mentioned earlier, well, of course, this means we're already in that nasty, deadly window. Do you know how I know it? It's because everything that I watch on TV is just leading to the dark, nasty energy. I don't know how many of you watched TV last night, but there was a very interesting TV show. It's called Enchanted Forest Theme Park in Salem, Oregon. And then you can click on it on Wikipedia. You're not going to find me, but you're going to find that. And then you're going to see that these guys spend years to build that Enchanted Forest Theme Park. And then there is an area which is very, very, very negative. It has been reported to scare the hell out of children. And then, you know me, as I was listening, I listened to the date when they opened and the year. They opened that in 1971 or 72, close to that year, and in August. Now, remember, August is the sign of Leo. Leo rules children, love and light. So that should be a draconic thing, okay? Positive. However, during those days, the tail of the dragon was in Leo. So the man could not help himself to go crazy and start to build. He was actually being led by the reptilians. If you read the story, he was receiving ideas on how to build, and it's all very, very negative. So every child that go there got the scare out of the ass, so to speak. Pretty nasty for a child. So that the idea was for the reptilians to get this guy, to get into his head. He's not an engineer, but he's an artist. And sometimes the reptilians will do that to stimulate the mind of this man to create this enchanted forest theme park with an area which is very, very negative, the haunted house. And there's been a lot of reports of things touching you, being very cold. In fact, some spiritual researchers are there doing all sorts of research because it's now becoming a reality, an obvious reality. So again, that is stimulated by the reptilians because they have used the tail of the dragon in the months of August to stimulate fear into the mind of children for the rest of their life because they go there very early. And it's like, it's like a farmer planting seeds to make sure the negative flux never stop. Yeah, of course, I wouldn't make no sense to the smart people, to the educated idiots out there, but I might make sense to you. So just click on the link, educate yourself, and learn about those energy being used and manipulated by the reptilians. Back to today, look at the news. Been 3 potential mass shooting were foiled this weekend with the arrest of 3 men based on tips. Okay, well, that's because it was a shocking news. Now we are moving into the deadly terrorist window. Okay, so now if those 3 guys had cosmic consciousness, okay, and knew what I know, and used that window, they would have been successful, because this window always kill cops, FBI agents, or the opposite. Cops kill people during those windows. So we had 3 infected young lost souls victimized by the U.S. Department of Education, which is not allowing people like me or my students to reach them and educate themselves on their relationship with the divine and how to avoid reptilian infestation. And when I said he's never gonna stop and he's gonna get worse, maybe you're gonna believe me now. Okay, so I hope to be wrong, but watch the power of Draco and the dramatic, deadly news ahead of you now. All right, because there are more of those lost, infected souls out there who wants to kill you. What else do we have? Disgruntled dinner shoot waiter to death over sandwich delay. Oh my gosh. You're gonna go to a restaurant now, okay, and you got this loser, totally infected, drug addict, coming out of jail, or just a normal guy that is into very serious depression, been dropped, he has no zest for life anymore, totally degenerated. And because he's in a hurry, God knows what, for what, I don't know. You're late giving his drink or his food, gets up, bang, you're dead. Wow, my friend, this is getting very serious. You need to pay attention. That's not normal. If you think that's normal, we're in trouble. If you think like our president, the way he behaved with his nasty negative words, beating everybody, if you think that's normal politics, we're in trouble. Again, I don't care about your political views, if you like or don't like Trump. Remember, my message is spiritual. Deal with it. What else do we have? A 3-day search for a missing California hiker ends with the discovery of his body. Okay, again, probably now drugs, suicide, the same old story. In fact, I don't read the news. I just pick up to make you aware of this window is definitely now coming in stronger, like the earthquake that have been building up. Okay. Swarm of black vulture have taken over Florida community. Anything black, anything dark, anything hidden, anything nasty, it's a serious omen. So is Florida on for another nasty natural disaster? I mean, you know, black vulture could mean also a bunch of infected gang leaders, the mob, God knows what. It's going to happen to Florida, or Floridians for that matter. Now you have a swarm of black pictures telling you. I'm telling you, you need to pay attention to omens. Don't read the news like anybody else. If you're a cosmic coder, somewhere, somehow you are, because you're here, you're a superhuman. So you need to pay attention to the messages that are being sent to you. Don't just read the news and say amen and being disgusted and move away. Now understand what's going on behind it, because I tell you again, there are no accidents, my friends. All right, let's move on. Coast Guard searching for 2 firefighters who disappeared on a Florida fishing trip. That caught my attention, not because of the blackbird vulture that I mentioned earlier, because I want to go fishing myself too. So the reasons are endless. Who knows? Maybe those 2 guys were dealing with drugs. Okay, trying to make fast money. Blackbird. Next thing you know, they go killed. They got a patch and then go killed. Maybe they commit suicide. Was an accident, or they've been attacked by some nasty guys who cruise the water out there. You know, piracy is real. Ain't gonna happen to me, because obviously those guys were under their negative cosmic biorhythm, and I know a little bit too much to mess around how they are going fishing and when the weather is bad, put it this way. Hundreds of thousands gathered to defy police in peaceful Hong Kong protests. Well, that's really good. That's now. But if they keep that protest, if you read the quatrain is pretty real. Raw power challenges police deadly villains. That means, there could be some blood and some mess with the police. Remember, this Plutonic window always down with the police. Okay, and this is why cops, if you're a cop, or if you have somebody working in an emergency department, you are the target of the reptilians now. This is why I always told you, all the police executives are responsible for all the past and future cops' death, because they do not allow me to reach them, educate them. While the technology is there on the trooper card, when I have the technology ready for them, on those days, it's just not going to be the same day at the office. You might not go back home. That's why you will never stop. You will never stop school shooting, mass murder, or cops being killed, or worse, committing suicide, because it does happen, sudden enough. Hundreds of thousands gathered to defy police in peaceful Hong Kong protests, as I said earlier. It's going to be different on the 22nd if there is anything going on after that date or during that date, during this window. Just watch. I'll be there to remind you. What a mysterious explosion tells us about Russia doomsday weapons. Again, our keywords mention Russia, not just police. Okay, so we are moving into, when you start to see Russia making the news, the window is getting stronger. Americans will soon learn how off the rail FBI was on Russia probe. Well, I don't know who wrote that, because I go sometime on Fox and pick up information that involves Russia. But what I'm telling you is this guy is using his for rational sense and believe that Russia has nothing to do with our 2016, stolen election. Oh my God. Jesus, this is too much for me not to realize this. But hey, they have to do all they can to keep the president in power, so this way he doesn't go to jail. They got to do everything to keep him in power, so they stay in power. So it's sort of about greed. Forget about integrity nowadays. It's sort of about greed, money, and power. You know that. All right. Former NFL and Texas Longhorn star died in motorcycle crash. I mean, you're talking about a famous death. Okay, sudden enough, probably a young guy, not being aware again of this 2019 negative cosmic biorhythm and paid the ultimate price. It's sad. Sister of New York PD officers dead by suicide. I just mentioned that earlier. Again, when you start to see the police, killing themselves or making the news, that the reptilians are getting stronger on their favorite SOS to the world deadly window. South Carolina man, 90, charged with murdering 83 years old wife. Oh my God, 90 years old. You would think at this age you would have learned something. Now the reptilians can grab you anytime. Most of all, it probably is because these guys were taking some legal or illegal drugs, and then that was just an opening to the reptilians. And that poor 83-year-old wife probably didn't drink, didn't smoke. She will go victimized. Reasons are endless and good enough for any reptilians to hijack anybody from all walks of life of any ages. Remember that, my friend. Police body cam shows Yankee GM pulled over at gunpoint over a stolen car. Again, same old story, police drama. Chemical spill near Lake Michigan closed beaches and killed hundreds of fishes. Well, they're being nice by saying hundreds. The result of that spill not going to help wildlife again. Yeah, it is a spill. Is it a purpose? Is it an accident? It's all stimulated by the reptilians who control the game. Now it's terrible. Kathleen Blanco, Louisiana governor during Hurricane Katrina, dead at 76. Again, Hurricane Katrina, Kathleen Blanco, Louisiana governor, there is message behind every single pieces of news that I read for you, my friend. Remember those blackbirds? Okay, now, well, the main message here that is a famous death. Somebody famous. Comic Tonight Show favorite dead at 75. A family says, again, the same old story. At least he live a long life. These people live somehow a long life. But the famous and they are dead, and that's the keywords. Florida man arrested for threatening to open fire on a large crowd of people. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm telling you, during this type of window, don't go public. In fact, there is a very long list of do and don't. Take the time to read it, use it, because this window is negative. It can also be positive if you know how to use it. There's not only negative, there's positive. Up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang, good and bad. Okay, so you can, if you are educated, if you have enough cosmic consciousness, you can use those windows. I guide you how, just read it. Almost 4 tons of weed found in the jalapeno shipment. Mexicano mafioso. Interesting. What the mob will do. That's definitely the mob. The mob is there. Man arrested for allegedly threatening a shooting at Jewish community center in Ohio. Telling you, my friends, it's getting there. These guys are arrested. They don't succeed because the winds are not in their sails. It's moving on their sails, and you don't want to be at the wrong place at the wrong time because you don't care about what am I wanting, or because you're not investing on your own cosmic biorhythm. You could be part of the statistics. Just be careful. 16 shot at instant house party organized at Snapchat, and this is ridiculous. Gangs. No, those kids are very vulnerable. They have no idea. Many of them don't have education. Parents are not rich enough, or parents are in jail or full of drugs. Government don't care about your children in the United States. They're not going to spend a few $1,000s to give them a job so they don't sell drugs and join a gang. No. They're going to spend billions and billions, especially the billionaire, to make more money by sending a freaking billionaire to the moon or the space station. How's that, right? Oh my gosh, America, where are you? All right, Oklahoma boy, 12, rescued 2-year-old locked in a hot car. Well, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. I gave you the reason yesterday or the day before on the video that I made that so many of you don't care because, I don't want to read about Aries. It's not my interest. You're losing so much of each video you do not watch that I make. You have no idea. Just trust me. When you're done listening to this and read the newsletter, go on and listen to that yesterday video if you didn't, and you see what you're going to learn. And you're going to say, oh, maybe Dr. Turi is right. I should pay attention a little bit more. All right, then the same old story. Remember, a 2-year-old was locked in a car. It's obviously a parent again, mother or father, that has associated the hell that person went through last 2 years of this 2-year-old, okay, working overtime, not being able to go out, not being able to be free, not being able to study, God knows what. Now you're in hands. Having a child, your life is totally changed. I might add, gone. You number one is gone anymore. You're number two. That child becomes everything, okay? And that's the way it's supposed to be. However, the association with that child and the drama, it's what the reptilians are exactly looking for, to make sure they put a window, they put a blanket between you and that child in your mind, okay? You associate that child with the loser that gave you that child, if you're a female, vice versa, because now your partner, instead of helping you, is in jail, loaded of drugs, or committed suicide. It's endless. You're in hell. You're not going to go to hell. This is hell. And all these religious fanatics who have fired me in every major website are the one who needs me the most. But they are the one who are most dedicated, much more dedicated to kill me and hurt me than help me. It's sad, because it's all I do every single day for you. Okay, same old story. What did you give the world today? Oh, I have nothing. Yes, you do. You got me. Share it. It's priceless. All right. Soccer riot leave 3 dead and at least 10 injured. I think I already mentioned that one yesterday. Yes, that's why I said you will never see me in congested places during one of my negative cosmic biorhythm or negative SOS to the world window. When they meet together, that's it. You're playing Russian roulette. So, emotions always override your logic. Emotions like fear, resentment, any type, or even love, it's an emotions, and that override your logic. That's why you have guys that will spend thousands and thousands of dollars on Russian girls out there. It's actually not a girl, it's a guy who stole the beautiful pictures of a Russian world and in his cyber welfare, deceptive reptilian stuff. He makes this poor guy out there believe that he's going to find Mrs. Beautiful, is going to love him forever. And he keeps sending money, even when all his friends say, you stop that bullshit. You're being used and abused. Wake up. That's how it is. Spend the money on me. You know what? I'll tell you exactly which type of person you can attract, you should attract, and where to go. Well, doesn't work that way, I guess. Bikini model quitting social media after being criticized for her real body. Well, welcome to the world of fame. Welcome to the world of insecurity. Welcome to an infected world. A lot of these people are very, very courageous and very strong by being very vulgar, by criticizing, by throwing all sorts of poison, verbal poison to that girl. This bikini model is a human being with emotions and sensitivity. So ego was ruined, self-esteem has been ruined because, she made a mistake of showing her ass full of, fat. Yeah, maybe I should show mine. Maybe I get viral. Look at a nice ass, I've been told. I love it. Okay. Anyway, at least she has good reason to exit that, infected platform. That's to tell you the real world you're dealing with, my friends. It's the real world out there. You're not going to go to hell. This is it. All right. Now, I'll tell you what. We come to the end again of this video. I'm thinking about, how satellite can hurt a lady. My God. There you are. Yeah. Your president told this big fat guy in one of his speeches, hey, if you go home and exercise, you're too fat. Then he called back and apologized because he supported him. Talking about infestation, universal infestation. Wow. All right. Just to let you know again, I'm going to be doing that Spiritual Awakening series with Tom Eisen. He's the producer of Coast to Coast, George Norrie, good friend of mine. If you want to read all the details, what I'm going to do out there, you should go. I'm going to prove to you that Draco is real and do a lot of interesting healing work. That was a message for you. Remember, there's no accident. Pay attention. Ding! A lot of you will learn a few things if you join. And as soon as they're going to put me on Coast to Coast, this is going to fill up more than fast. So you still have time. So just call him, email him, do whatever you have to do. If you're in LA, if you're in California, it'd be worth your time to drive a few miles and make it a special. Make it a special day for you. Okay? So if I look at the date, this will be September 25th. So I'm going to look at September 25th. I know I already did, but I want to look at it again. September 25th. Oh, yes. The moon will be in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, and as you know, the Draconis are feeding human beings, regenerating their spirit through force number one, life force number one. Second, okay, the sun. So the sun, love, light, enlightenment, anything to do with life itself, new information. This is the energy of that very special event. Okay, so the spiritual awakening series will be led by the sun energy on that day. So now you heard it. So email, call Tom, do whatever you want, and then come and experience the power of Draco. More, of course, UFO talk in San Diego. I'm going to be talking at the Legend of Light. Of course, I'm going to do a sky watch. I pick up the date to make sure we see something. Okay, if you're in San Diego, I'm not too far from it. And I've been living in San Diego for many, many years. So I have a lot of people out there. Just join us. It's going to be interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Then after that, in October, I'm going to be going to that UFO cruise lecture. Again, that's going to be a big one because the guys that are there have their own repertoire of wisdom to share with you. Okay, so you have to listen to all of them, and then you come and listen to me, and then you'll judge what you have gained from them and what you've gained from me, because that's the main reason for all these people to join the UFO cruise, to see in all these beautiful speakers and their repertoire of wisdom what you have to gain. Believe me, you're going to gain with me. And then after that is Australia, 2020. I'm going to be going to do some more work on cosmic consciousness in Australia. And then after Australia, I'm going to be doing another cruise, anti-aging getaway cruise. I tell you what, I'm nearly 70 years old, okay? I still have my hair, okay? I don't think, people told me sometimes, Dr. Turi, you're 70 years old, nearly 70, 69 and a half or something. So what I'm trying to tell you is there is a way to stay young. Why? If you want to stay young, you don't have to spend a fortune. All you got to do is stupid little things. And I've learned that thanks to Nostradamus' natural healing. There's all sorts of tricks that I'm going to teach you. All you got to do is to get somebody that you like, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, a friend, male or female, I don't care. And then I'm going to take somebody and I'm going to tell you, okay, this is how you do it. This is what you do. This is what you do. We're going to use your hands. You're going to use your feet. You're going to use your knees. You're going to be amazed on how, and that stay with you. When you go home, you can teach whomever is living with you or will be with you. So you can, oh, wow, take care of me, doing this, doing that. And then you work on each other's. Remember, we are a walking machine of regeneration. As long as you keep the mind positive and you don't unplug yourself, okay, the reptilians have no power over you. And you can use the subconscious, the superconscious power to affect the atomic structure of your body or your environment. You're much more than blood, than flesh and bones, my friend. You are an eternal spirit stuck into this body that you can keep working and healthy and younger for many, many years to come. And that's what I'm offering you. All right. So one more time, God willing, hey, let's talk again. Make it a beautiful day. Bye-bye.